Testing Ayurveda and Meditation for 30 days, Day 1 results. How would you define this type of testing? It was an idea, it was a question that I posed to myself, how I want to do it and how I want to go through each day. So I thought, okay, let's take the first day, let's go through the full first day, and then let's check what are those results of the day when I summarize them at the end of the day, and then I will give it as day 1 result. For day 2, day 3 and other days I will do the same. Additionally, I will add some further information that I got while reading this original source, the book, and additional sources, just to get better context for myself, how I need to expand, what other aspects I need to focus on, just to get better in knowing how those things work. So, without further ado, let's check what were those elements that I defined, like these rituals for day 1, and what was the output that I observed from 3 aspects, from body, mind and spirit aspect, and additionally what I learned yesterday additionally for those 3 doshas that we were discussing. So, as you see in here, the testing of Ayurveda and meditation for 30 days, this ideal state for doshas is proportions of the doshas when you were born. For me, it was something like question mark, how they form, but then I started to check those other elements, check maybe what are those elements that I prefer, that I intuitively pick, and what I can do more to develop some new habits, to add some new elements into my diet, into how I go throughout the day, and I will check what I will amend for day 2. You will see it tomorrow, what was amended and what were the results. For the results of yesterday and summarized today, these rituals, so 5 a.m. Till 5:30, 5:35, it's this backbone alignment, priming, meditation, then some spelled coffee without milk and with cinnamon and turmeric, so it will be very much heating up the body. Scrambled eggs, masala style as well, it will heat up the body, especially the spices, and midday 30-minute walk with audiobook for calming down, for getting more flow in the body, and bedtime 9 p.m. as some say that it's the golden hour to go to sleep for regeneration. So I did this test. For the body, what I saw during the day, the respiration, which sometimes gets blocked, was quite clear yesterday. The midday sleep, so midday exhaustion, this time was not there. So basically during the midday I didn't have any big need for going to sleep, low energy state. No foggy mind for the mind aspect. Sometimes when I eat what I saw, at least with dairy, with milk, things like this, my mind gets a bit foggy. It's as well gluten-based food, some oats, this type of elements in the morning, they are not helping me in really getting the best performance. More fun interactions because the flow of energy was more clearer for me, at least it was the perception that I have, and more constructive and responsive. So this is mainly focused on the thoughts. For the spirit, it was more centered. What it means, more centered for me? More centered means that it was hard to go out of balance in all those types of situations, daily situations with kids, those type of elements. What I saw, the intuition kicked in more often in terms of actions, in terms of just steps, in terms of posting some things, those type of elements. Being on good vibrations all the time for longer period of time. From what I see, this is one of those basic elements that was quite interesting for me, because it was more natural, much better for me to stay on those vibrations, and especially in the early morning it was very important. And as you see in here, I wanted to add some context of those elements that you can have additionally in terms of what I found out in terms of Vata, Pitta and Kapha, so that as well you see this progress in terms of knowledge progress and in terms of implementation progress, how these elements, these new elements that land, that give some more light, enable update of this daily rituals for day 2. So just to stay in sync with you, I went to check how they work in the book and on some websites related to Ayurveda, and I added some elements. So for Vata, it's about that which moves things. It bases on ether and air, which means it's light, formless, open, mobile, cold, dry, and erratic. In terms of personality, because as well what they highlight out of those 3 doshas, you can say the personality type is the one that of this predominant dosha, or the one that is strongest one, as there are 3 in parallel, but usually the one is stronger than the others. Sometimes it might be 2. It's for Vata, it's creative, it's flexibility, it's quick mind, it's always being on the go. For the type of food that is advised to keep in balance this type of personality, this type of dosha, it's warming spices, cooked grains, but you need to minimize raw food, sugar and drinks, but sugar mostly in terms of raw sugar, white sugar or any other type of sugar, not necessarily the fruits. In terms of imbalances, what was highlighted, that usually travel imbalances this type of personality, this type of dosha, loud noises, constant stimulation, sugar and alcohol, what I highlighted, cold climate, cold, frozen or dried food. This is what imbalances. For Pitta, what has been highlighted is that which digests things. It bases on fire and water, so fire being hot, intense, sharp, light, subtle, and dry. Water, heavy, liquid, of course, flowing, cleansing, and oily in this aspect. And what characterizes this one is strong digestion, so this fire, being courageous, being focused, being joyful, being energetic when it is in balance. What is beneficial is this cooling foods, fresh fruits and vegetables, dairy products and protein. Those are the elements that are balancing. And imbalances, what imbalances is excess heat. So if there is very high temperature outside, you get very uncomfortable. When humidity is high as well, when you need to move around lots of the times, you don't want to do it that often. Too many hot foods, so if you are stacking hot food on top of hot food on top of hot food, you get overbalanced with this one. And excess caffeine, salt, red meat and alcohol, those elements bring imbalance. And for the kapha, that which holds things together, it is basing on earth and water aspects, bit modified than yesterday, because earth was missing from yesterday. So earth and water is for kapha. It's heavy, gross, stable, slow, cool and reliable. And water element, heavy, cool, liquid, flowing, cleansing and nourishing in this aspect. And what are those characteristics in here? It's strength, stamina, endurance, groundedness, and calm and fluid. Not high protein diet is advised, not too much fat as well, light low fat proteins. Barley is advised, beans. From this not high protein diet, the chicken and turkey meat, plenty of vegetables, light and crisp food. Those are the ones that keep you in balance, or should keep you in balance when you're majorly in kapha, but you might be in maybe two of them with a bit of predominance, sometimes a balance of two of them and third one weaker. Imbalance is inertia, too much fat. If what brings imbalance is dairy products, so foggy mind maybe as well. Too much bread, sweets, iced foods and drinks, and not enough stimulation and not enough challenge. Absence of variety and lack of exercise. So this is what I wanted to highlight. This is what I digested yesterday and today morning, just to give you myself a better perspective of maybe what I need to change, what I need to think about to implement starting from today, from this time today, until tomorrow, to check what I can base on to expand and create even better traction during the day, with even better performance, with more energy, and more centered and more productive, more creative. So thank you very much and enjoy the day, and see you next time. Bye.